welcome to Houston Sports Show. Aren't we all a wee bit Irish today? Well, okay, maybe not, but we can wear green and drink a lot of green beer.
Anyway, Jerome, we have a packed, exciting show for you today as we take you around the world of sports with the most fun and informative show in town. You want to stick around tonight because we have Insider Texans talk, a hilarious BS report, and my spotlight interview with Dash Star Captain Kalia Ohai.
And no green beer on the show? What kind of show is this? Hey, first of all, we're going to go in the paint with the Still Hot Rockets. Let's get into the starting block. Daryl Morey gets an extension. Not a surprise, but he's had a lengthy tenure here and obviously a vote of confidence from Tillman Fertitta.
Yeah, it is that. I don't think Daryl was terribly worried about it. In fact, when I finally got him to admit it, because I'd heard about it, but I couldn't get him on the record to admit it, or I wanted a source that was on the record. So when he finally admitted it, my second question was, did the extension start with this season or does it start next season? And he didn't know.
that's how important it is.
That's right. So he was not worried that much.
Very good. Thanks a lot, Jonathan. We appreciate it. Now it's time for our spotlight interview, and we head over to my co-host, Lauren Leal.
Some days when I was feeling great, it was I'm going to get back in there, and then some days when it wasn't going so great, I was pretty doubtful. And then I think it was in July, so I had been back from my injury for about 3 months, and I was called into a camp with the national team, and that was one of the proudest moments of my career because I had worked so hard to get back, and there were days where I thought I'm never going to get back in there, or there were days I thought I'm never going to play again, I'm never going to be on the dash again, I'm never going to be a good forward again. And so coming back and starting again for the dash was one that was I was very proud of that. And then also getting called into camp after my injury was one of my favorite moments in my career.
Welcome back to Houston Sports Show. It's time for our HSS weekend anchor and somewhat serious sports news guy, Barry Laminack.
When asked what he thought the chances are for the Lakers to make the playoffs, LeBron James responded, "Look, the only way I'm going to the finals with this team is if I buy them all tickets." And let's be real. After losing 2 games this week and 7 of 8 overall, the Lakers' chances of making the playoffs are receding faster than LeBron's hairline. I didn't write that one. Don't be mad, LeBron. In Major League Baseball news, Alex Rodriguez announced he's getting married to pop star Jennifer Lopez. Jose Canseco stirred up a bit of controversy after the announcement when he tweeted that he was watching World of Dance and felt bad for J-Lo. Canseco said J-Lo deserves better because A-Rod was cheating on her. Now hold on a second. This story's ridiculous because Canseco doesn't seriously expect us to believe he was watching World of Dance, does he?
Thanks a lot, Barry. Now we welcome in Aaron Wilson, who covers the NFL and the Texans for the Houston Chronicle. A wild week of free agency, as it always is in the NFL's first week of the league year. Not as wild for the Texans, who are a little bit quiet this week, right? Let's start off with my boy. I'm the president of the Kareem Jackson fan club. Why didn't they make an offer for him?
They never made an offer for him, and they never even really had any inclination to make an offer. And I think what was really strange was they don't view him as a corner anymore. They think, even though he was their starting corner and they felt like that was fine for years, and he was a Pro Bowl alternate, they think he's a safety now, and that's where he should play for the remainder of his career.
And that's fine. They need safeties,
They didn't simultaneously negotiate with him and Tyrann Mathieu, who they got outbid by the Kansas City Chiefs. He signs for $42 million. With Kareem, and it's an option year, the last year of his deal, but he signed a $33 million contract with the Broncos, so they valued him. The Texans did not.
But first, it's time for the Gulfgate Drive of the Week, and we couldn't get you in the car with Daniel House, who drove up from the Rio Grande Valley this week after getting the call up to the Rockets from the G League. With Chris Paul out, House drove right into the starting lineup, and he delivered a season-high matching 18 points, including this late dagger to cinch a win over the Suns. And when you're in his hut, you know what's up. Y'all don't know nothing about that, Jungle Brothers, I'm sure. Anyway, Daniel House, bringing it strong in his return to the NBA, is our Gulfgate Drive of the Week.
Well, I was told that we only had one item this week, and it's a must-watch. They didn't give me a lot of setup, except Canadian tennis star Denis Shapovalov is on the mic. Let's take a listen.
I'm in Cali with my fans getting ahead of this.
it?
Hey,
Oh, that's awful already.
happy with the win today. Wait, I forgot.
I think the technical term is fault.
Start over.
I believe that was a fault. That is.
He forgot.
Okay.
I feel like he wrote this. He should know this.
He should
I'm
know
Callie with
this.
my fan. Oh my God, I can't do
Barry,
it. I'm
is
too
this-
tired.
You know, it's probably a good thing there's not a beat because I don't feel like he would be on it right now. I feel like, raps are bad when it starts with, well, my name is, that's always a bad sign. I feel like.
And is that how your rap started, Barry? I heard you were a rapper yourself.
Yeah, that's why I'm in comedy and radio now. It was awful. I got booed off stage one time.
On
so.
stage?
Yeah.
What
Now
was your
look.
stage name?
MC Boom Boom. We don't need to discuss that right now.
MC Boom Boom?
So he goes to the
MC
phone
Boom
now.
Boom.
Yeah, he goes to the phone and it didn't help. I don't think knowing the rap was the issue. I think the rap was the issue. I've just seen if my ears are bleeding right now. That was awful.
All right.
He just set white people back 30 years.
He
That was
got
pretty
through
bad.
it. All right. Well, that's it and going viral this week. Up next, we go into King Solomon's mine. Jerome will be back to tell us about the triumph of one of his favorite coaches.
Houston hasn't had much to be proud of in U of H basketball since Guy Lewis. This year's Cougars are changing that. And man, tell me now, don't let them make a run to the Final Four in the NCAA tournament. They're good enough to do it. They definitely have a coach who knows how to get it done, and he is the National Coach of the Year now, whether the NABC says so or not.